Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and the highest honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the Hebrew Israelites. This is Brother Arakia coming back with a lesson. So, I was watching a video from Elder Apostle Taha, which is from around 2 weeks ago, which was a long video, man. Yeah, 4 hours, 16 minutes, 53 seconds. Brother Titus, former member of IUIC, speaks about assault by IUIC captain. This is a long video. So, it's concerning a situation. Okay. So I'll get just a moment. The situation happened in 2022, the summer of 2022. And you see, there was this member of IUIC who, because of all kinds of drama, involving females, of course, because with IUIC you have the woman up in there, causing confusion and having watched this video and also another video which was going into the things of IUIC is a very, very, very bad look at the IUIC, man. Okay. The other video was I'm gonna find it, man, real quick. So I'll get just a moment. Yeah, I'm coming back with it. Just a moment. God. So the video was this one, 2 hours 26 minutes. Ye make him twofold more the child of hell / why we left the IUIC cult. And also having watched this, there's a lot of stuff coming out of IUIC, man, how they pretty much pimping these different women to these men. And they use different tactics. If a man which is so-called ugly, why I say so-called, because man's appearance doesn't even matter. So they, let's say he's out of shape or something, they pair him with a pretty woman. So then the dude don't want to, leave that organization of IUIC, because he's risking also to leave that woman, because he knows that in the world normally he wouldn't get that looking woman. And then they pair the ugly woman with the dude, who's in shape and is so-called handsome. So then the woman, so let's say then the dude would want to leave the truth, then the woman is going to persuade him to stay in the truth of IUIC, so that also they would stay together, because the woman knows that in the world he wouldn't be with such a handsome and fit, good in good shape, with a man that is in such good shape. So they have all of these fucking traps, okay, arranging marriages, all kinds of, hey, that, you know, just doing way too much, all the way too fucking much. Okay, so they had this instance of a IUIC captain who assaulted another brother. There was some, woman drama involved. As Edoposto Taha said, a lot of he said, she said, all of that confusion. And then things led to a situation that the dude, brother Titus, used to be his name, which is crazy because that's not even a Hebrew name at all, okay? That's crazy, man. So that dude, he got hospitalized. He had his, many bones were broken. I'm gonna show actually because it's gonna be in the beginning. You're gonna see, how he looked. He had one eye closed, bones broken. And that's intense hatred, man, with no mercy. And okay, this thing is more than 2 weeks ago. It's the 6th of May. At around that time, the dude already had, many court cases, or had court cases. And the other dude who did it,
they call him.
The other dude that did it, I believe they found him guilty because, yeah, it was a clear case. There was surveillance cameras and everything. Here you can see the dude with the eye closed, almost dead, man. Bones broken and whatnot. And all kinds of, pictures. And this from a captain, which happened 3 years ago, and the leadership of IUIC did nothing about it. Whether they knew or not, but it seems that they would know about it. Because Nate is either a former cop or he's still a police. They say a former police, so it seems he has stopped with that. But even as the last video I did going into IUIC is that I'm very grateful. I was guided directly to GMS when I came into this truth. I was guided to the channel of GMS Apostles 34th Street Ministry, and I started to watch the camp videos of the elders and pastors. At that time, they used to have these younger brothers also, reading for them, and then you had the elder apostle Ramla was also there, and I believe Bishop Sakuran also. Those camps of 5 years ago and stuff. And I was edified. I was of course challenged because I was worldly, but I was edified, and through the Spirit I was able to learn from these men. Before that, I had seen some videos of, I believe, ISUPK, them being disorderly in the streets, and I was thinking that, is this the thing? But then I was guided to GMS. I'm very grateful about that. There was a man guided me to GMS videos. Very grateful about it, man. Because you have to discern. That's the thing. If you get with this other camps like IUIC, ICPK, that's not a good route. Okay, IUIC you get lured. This is why it's so important, man. Because with IUIC you get lured in by those fancy costumes that they're wearing, the purple and the gold. The effects. Everything looks polished outside, but inside is full of dead man's bones, man. And I believe I was meditating on this earlier, that, and this is what the elders and apostles also been saying, that watch what the Most High is gonna do about IUIC. And I was meditating about it today, that I would be surprised if it takes long, because that level of wickedness that they are exhibiting is big. Okay, so as we see these prophecies and everything coming to an end, the IUIC is also going to collapse. At the latest, when the micro CHIP gets pushed, but it may be even before that, just because of their dealings, man. Everything over there is just about rank, getting rank. Just it's pretty much just a worldly business, a worldly corporation. We're just trying to get promotions. Work your way up by all kinds of means necessary. It's crazy, bro. But let me read the scripture. It's not going to be longer than that. You can go watch this video. I know it's 4 hours 15 minutes, but I listened to the whole video today, and it flew, that 4 hours and 15 minutes they flew by. So it says Malachi 3 and 16. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord Yahweh and thought upon his name. This is the most important thing when you come to this truth: the name of the Father, Yahweh, and the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, which you're not gonna get at IUIC, ISUPK, or in Slovakia. At ISUPK, I know they Captain Tasariak, you hear him say a lot, but I might be wrong on that. They actually might use the names Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai as well at ICPK. Okay, so let me take that back. Let me just focus on IUIC. You damn sure not gonna get the names over there. You're gonna get Most High Christ bless. Verse 17, and they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my Jews, and I will spare them as a man spares his own son that serveth him. Only the elect going to be spared, so you have to come in the right way. Okay, which is GMS. Then shall he return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. Okay, the scriptures speak about, I'm going to give 2 extra scriptures, man. Galatians 6 and 16. And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy, and upon the Israel of God, upon the Israel of the Most High. You see? Because they are the Israelites, and then they are the Israel of the Most High, aka the elect. This is who you want to follow. Okay? John 4 and 23, just going straight to the point, words of Yahweh Shai, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. This is, the righteous men of GMS, from the elders and apostles on down to the affiliates that worship the Father in spirit and in truth, knowing that you're being watched 24/7. The angels are ever present, they are always present. Okay, even when you by yourself in your room, the angels are present, man. Okay, So the true worshippers, those are the ones you want to follow and get on the same spirit in order to save your soul, man. So it's not time to play a game. Okay? With that I'm gonna say shalom. So on to the next one.